Welcome to the DMA channel, everyone. In today's video, I'm finally able to bring an eagerly anticipated update to the Sheridan Saga, a topic that I have extensively covered in the past few months. If you're unfamiliar with the series or need a refresher, feel free to check out the playlist mentioned in the description below. We will be tuning into two different live streams featuring Denver Metro Cardigan, who will delve into the results of the case and provide insights from the other individuals present. We will also be looking at the fallout that has taken place amongst the group that includes fighting over money, tyranny within the group, a couple little slap fights, and yes, even some faux activism.
I'm doing the same thing, so just so you guys know, you guys hear it first, this is the exclusive. I got found guilty on the Sheridan case, the mass arrest in Sheridan. There was 14 of us and 5 of us got arrested. So 4 others, they took plea deals. So,
So that turns out to not exactly be true. That's just mostly Denver Metro Cardigan probably trying to make himself feel like a big boy. From what I've been able to find, 3 others have taken plea deals, including the one that DMC labeled a snitch. How did he snitch? Well, he let the police go through his phone so he could get it back rather than await a trial or an agreement. Here's a quick snippet of DMC talking to the alleged snitch, where he gets really angry.
It doesn't matter now. Now they have it because you gave it to them. If anything, let them get it through the warrant then. You don't just give it to them.
All right. Well, yeah, it's the choice that I had to make.
Yeah, man.
So
it was a bad choice, man. It was a really bad choice that you had to make.
Yeah, I knew you probably wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think I'm going to do now?
Well, I don't know. So
you don't know? Why don't you guess, man? Why don't you take a guess? What do you think I'm going to do now?
I don't know what you're going to do. How about you tell me?
Well, I'm going to blast you for one, to everyone that was there. I'm also going to blast you on panel to tens of thousands of people for the snitch, snake, betraying coward that you are. That's what I'm going to do. What do you think about that?
Well, you're going to do what you're going to do.
Okay, so, man. You're a scumbag, dude. You're worse than the cops, man.
No,
thanks for fucking us over, bro.
I didn't fuck us over because there's nothing incriminating.
Yeah, but you're a snake, man. You're a snitch, bro. You're a snitch. You're a snitch. That's right.
Constitutionally protected activity.
Yeah, there's nothing illegal about what we did, but you gave up our entire private phone conversation just so you could get your phone back, man. You're a coward, bro. You're a disgrace. Have a good night.
Well, someone has their cardigan in a bunch. He portrays this as some grand conspiracy reminiscent of CSI with its elaborate investigation and analysis, when in reality, it was just 15 dildos cruising around looking for trouble. I take that back. I shouldn't say that about dildos, as they are at least useful.
I don't do this at go and take plea deals. I mean, it takes the entire point away. If you're going to do something, if you're going to be an activist and you take a plea deal, then you're no longer an activist. What's the point? Just obviously you're just here for clicks and views. I don't understand why someone would go through all this trouble and get arrested and locked in a cage and then take a plea deal. And a lot of activists do it. And I just feel like it's because they're here for clicks and views, man. That's it. And that's ridiculous.
I always find it rather intriguing when they level accusations at one another that align precisely with the claims we make against them. As I've mentioned previously, the majority of these individuals are very transparent in their underlying motivations.
So I think Armac, he's got a trial coming up in August. And so he's probably going to be found guilty too, but because he has a bench trial also. And with that judge that he's got is he doesn't even understand case law, and he's not too bright. I don't know if he's a magistrate or a judge, but
so for those keeping score at home, that's 4 guilties and 1 TBD. And DMC going after the judge for not understanding case law was quite humorous. He's been arrested 3 times thus far while playing activist and currently sits at 0-2. Check back in tomorrow as I have the result from the 3rd case as well. And spoiler alert, he's still batting 0.
She sentenced me. Everyone thinks they're going to send me to jail and all this stuff. And it's like, she sentenced me to those 20 hours community service. She didn't even give me a fine. They gave everyone else 15. They did a plea deal, 15 hours community service. And she's like, well, because of Mr. Cordova's criminal history, we're asking for 50 hours. Because, I have, when I was younger, I got in trouble with the law a lot. And
he's right. This was a petty offense, essentially one step up from a traffic violation. I guess CSI wasn't needed after all. I believe the maximum punishment was 10 days in jail.
But yeah, even if they say that we can't do it, I still believe that I can from a moral standpoint, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So, it was illegal for Rosa Parks to sit in the front of the bus. You know what I mean? It's called civil disobedience, guys. And
remember, as George Costanza once said, it's not a lie if you believe it. And this is the second time this guy's tried to compare himself to Rosa Parks. I don't remember Rosa Parks fighting for our right to film a librarian thumbing through a card catalog, however. Next up is where it starts to get a little more interesting as we get to witness a little slap fight amongst two participants that were arrested in Sheridan together.
Let's talk about, let's see, he says, sad when you have to explain that to someone who just said F everyone who takes a plea deal. I didn't say that. I didn't say F everyone that takes a plea deal. What I said is, when you go out there and you're recording, Johnny, and you go into City Hall and because you want to get a bunch of views on your YouTube channel, right? And you take an arrest and you don't have any money to get out of jail, right? You used me and my professional acquaintances, my professional connections to do a donation to get you out of jail, right? Your $500. Yeah, the $500 was donated to the DMA channel, not the Johnny Bravo channel, bro. Okay? You got out of jail because of my professional connections. You got a civil rights attorney at no cost to you by doing this audit with me, Johnny Bravo. Okay? I didn't say F everyone that takes a deal. What I am saying is people like you who come in to get clout, right? Because that seems what it is, Mr. Plea deal guy over here.
Ooh, Mr. Plea Deal guy? Sick burn, bruh.
What's the point, man, in going in there and recording, getting arrested, and taking a plea deal? That's reinforcing the behavior. Look, guys, these guys went and they challenged our tyrannical administrative order. It violates the First Amendment. And guess what? They took a plea deal. Yeah, that's a win for us. That's all you're doing, man. It's reinforcing the behavior. If you're not going to stand up and fight it, man, then you're actually doing more harm than good. And I'll say that. Johnny, you are doing more harm than good, bro. Okay? So I want to address one more thing about Johnny Bravo. I never met the guy. I mean, I know him now, obviously, but he's always a subscriber and in my chat and stuff like that. And he called me and said that he just dropped down in Denver and, he had nowhere to go. Man, I never even met this dude before. So I said, hey, man, yeah, I know you're big in my chat and I know you and stuff. Why don't you come through, man? Here, let me pay for an Uber for you to come to my pad. I'll let you crash in my pad. Let him crash in my pad. Didn't even know the guy for 2 days. He's faking like that he's crippled. He's got this cane. He can't even barely walk, trying to get sympathy from me. I feed the guy. I take him. I drive him over to a job interview. I wait in my vehicle while he does his full job interview. He gets the job. I tell him, hey, man, that's cool. Like, you can't stay here forever, though, man. I'll drop you off somewhere. Dropped him off. And, nobody else did that for you, bro. When you came out here homeless, I took you in. Never even met you, bro. Like, you sleep in my pad for 2 nights. I drove you to your job interview. I got you a free civil rights attorney. I got you out of jail. I did all kinds of stuff for you, man. You're so ungrateful, bro. All right.
In the second half of the video, Johnny Bravo, one of our fiercest freedom activists, gets his chance to respond and rebuts a lot of what DMC is saying here.
And oh yeah, so that's another thing. Yeah, he was pretending like he's crippled with a cane, and then I see him like a couple months later, he's walking around, running around, jogging. He's not crippled, man. He's a manipulator. He's a liar. He's a phony. He's a fake, man. That's what Johnny Bravo is, bud.
Let me be honest,
you out, bro. You want to talk crap to me? That's what you're gonna get, bro. I already told you, don't leave that shit alone. I wasn't gonna call you out until you started acting dumb in the chat, bro. That's what you get.
Now
I never threatened. Hold on, I never threatened to sue you over your donation. Show me the proof of that, clown. Your name was on the paper, not the DMA crew. Okay, yeah. We remember what we decided, bro, that we were going to take all the money that we get donated for bail and we're going to create a fund for the DMA crew so that whenever we get arrested, we have bail ready. Remember that? That's what it's for, bro. And that's what it's for, man. It's not money that we're just using that, it's income, man. That's what we use the money for, bro. And you agreed to that. I never threatened to sue you, man. You're a liar, bro. You're a liar and you're a manipulator. And you can believe whatever you want. What did he say? Something about Regan said something, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, I'm not even gonna bring her into it because I don't even want to start that up. But
Oh no, Reegs and DMC are also on the outs. This is obviously terrible news for Freedoms.
Yeah,
I
no,
will. I will call you. I will call
yeah,
this guy's dumbass
don't
out.
start that up. Listen,
You're lucky Ghost did not let the cops charge you for reckless endangerment for going live talking crazy like you're doing now. You're such a moron, dude. You're such a clown, bro. If you want to meet up, bro, we can meet up, man. How about that? Yeah, we can meet up, bro. I never said I was gonna sue you. You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. And just before one more thing before we move on, Johnny, if you want to meet up, bro, you got my phone number, man. I'll meet up with you anytime, bro. And we'll leave it at that. If you want to talk all that shit, bro, you'll see what time it is.
Okay.
And DMC with some serious smack talk here. What are you gonna do, DMC? Go footloose on him? I bet that's his plan. A dance off. Huh. I've got my money on Kevin Bacon all day.
I thought this was a party! Let's dance!
So let's jump to Johnny Bravo's retort to some of DMC's claims, where there was an apparent scheduled debate between the two.
I have to give Johnny Bravo mad props for showing up like a man.
Whoa, starting off spicy. Shots fired already.
And this shit's been kind of weighing on my chest for like at least half a year. You know what I mean? I've been keeping shit on the down low, trying to figure out, okay, is this just what me? You know what I mean? Is he just acting this way with me? Or has he been doing this? You know what I mean? So about 6 months into this, to find out everybody he's working with, pretty much, you don't. If the people in the community can see, if you've been paying attention, everybody's been popping in, doing some content, then you see that he's just out on his own and them people don't play with him no more, right? But it ain't them people that's basically been being at fault. Basically, it's been his attitude and the way he's been treating everybody around him, including you, me, everybody I've been finding out. And it's just like, I just kept it off the air.
Unfortunately for Johnny Bravo here, he clearly doesn't realize he's been working with the next Rosa Parks.
They can tell like there's a rift going on. There's this, but there's something going on. Yeah, that's what the is basically going on. Everybody that works for him ended up not working with him anymore because of his bitch ass attitude and what he does. So it's just, that's what's basically going on. You know what I mean?
And here I thought it was only us that got to call out DMC for his bitch-ass attitude. Well, welcome aboard, JB. There's plenty of room on this train.
The resources that you got was from him. Let me be very clear. I wanna elaborate on one thing. Let me be very, very clear. The sources that, as far as Milo Schwab, and he's in my content right now, as far as the description, I've always blasted him out because at the end of the day, that's my guy. Great attorney. The reason why he got that connect was from me. I want to say that right now. I want to clear that shit up right now.
And yeah, this is, I'm glad you said that because he got that connect through you. The only reason why he even got a lawyer and he's got shit even in his corner is because of the people in this community that's been putting in work for years before he even thought about anybody or even picked up a camera. You know what I mean? Like, so thank you for clarifying that. You know what I mean? Because he's sitting here acting like I'm supposed to be ungrateful, that I'm an ungrateful piece of shit or some shit because like he got me the attorney or something like that. Like, nah, bro, I've been knowing who Milo was years before you even did anything.
So this is Milo Schwab, who helped with Johnny's plea deal and also served as DMC's counsel for the guilty verdict in Sheridan, as well as his counsel when he was found guilty at the Social Security office. In the past, this attorney has been involved in several notable civil rights cases, representing clients that have garnered quite a bit of attention. I'd imagine these guys squabbling over who found him first won't be included on his LinkedIn page, however.
When he couldn't find one, his words he just said on the live.
He couldn't find one. And I said, hey, look, I got my guy.
I camera. I didn't know any rights. I just knew I could film. I didn't know shit. When I did start to get into trouble, I couldn't find nobody to help me out. He got connects to the people I've been around with it in this community for years and doing this shit
Correct.
with. Exactly.
Correct.
I've been knowing Milo was on these people's case. I'd known this fool before he even thought about even picking up a camera. And you gonna tell me I'm ungrateful that I got Milo through him and all this other shit? Like.
But honest question, is anyone really surprised that it sounds like DMC tried to take credit for this civil rights attorney? I, for one, am not, as his arrogant attitude is something most of us have seen for over a year now.
Like the Sheridan thing is a big example right here. We're gonna speak on facts, not.
And that's true.
On the way home from court, he says, "Fuck everybody that walked out of Sheridan and didn't take an arrest." That's including Regan, everybody, and Cap that drove across the country over there to stand with us and shit. You know what I mean? His car's out in the parking lot somewhere. It's not even his state and shit like that. Thank you for showing up, motherfucker. Thank you for supporting. Not you didn't take an arrest, and everybody that didn't take an arrest, they ain't shit. They ain't activists and blah blah blah. This is his words coming out. He's one way on the goddamn camera, but off the camera, he don't give a shit about nobody. I'm dead serious. This is why that I've been sitting here clocking it up for 6 months, just like, damn, was it just me that he went off on? No, he's been going off on everybody. Like,
it's certainly funny how confident DMC was on the day of his arrest and subsequent streams about how he wouldn't be found guilty. Yet he apparently trashes the ones that left the building upon request. If you believe your rights have been violated, do you really need to get arrested to prove it? Why couldn't this executive order be challenged in court without going to jail? I suppose that wouldn't make for a very exciting YouTube video, though.
Like, no, you just came out of the blue held your hand for a year and a half, and now you feel comfortable enough to say you're a leader of peers. What peers? You ain't got no peers, fool. Like, I'm just tired of the abuse that I hear and not see in this community. He acts like everybody's not an activist if they ain't doing it the way he wants you to do. If you didn't take an arrest, you ain't blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bro, who the do you think you are? Because you know what, and I'm gonna be real with you, after all this 6 months dealing with him, we had the same court dates. I got so tired of being in there staring at somebody's fake ass face like that with some fake ass attitude and have to be around that. That's a 50% why I even took that deal, so I don't even have to show up and see your ass face anymore. Like, straight up, man.
It's just incredible that someone's behavior can be so reprehensible that another person would rather accept a plea deal than endure being in the same room with them. But I get it. I wouldn't choose to be around the guy either.
I got a few questions for you, especially from the audience. Ellie had a question for you. She said, who decided that the bail money that was donated for the Sheridan arrest was going into a fund?
I've learned through the times of these arrest funds, there's not really a arrest fund. But I've seen kind of grifted it throughout some years. Yeah, there's been some grifts on this shit where it's just like some money pools saying, it's for arrest fund, but that extra money ain't never been an arrest fund. Because you'll see them same fools get arrested next week, just like what happened in his case, where if you did take that money for the arrest fund, why did Schmo Diego have to bail you and your girlfriend out again? Why didn't you take it out of the arrest fund? Exactly, because there is no kind of arrest fund. It's called your PayPal account.
This is something I often argue with this group of people. There's a lot of money flowing in and out among them from their supporters without them knowing who or what this money is really being used for. The bail scheme seems to be one of the biggest contributors to these guys' pocket. The absence of an arrest fund is a matter that has been apparent to those of us who have been critically examining these individuals. I truly believe this only reinforces our critique of their practices and claims.
Hey, first off, that money's not your money. You didn't bail me out. Second of all, I'm speaking facts. You don't like what I got to say? I don't give a shit. I'm speaking from my heart like I always do. That money was not AFA's either. Okay, I don't give a if you know AFA and you think that just because you know him that I'm supposed to give you somebody else's money that was donated to me. That money came from Schmo Diego, not stipulated to pay back from nobody. It was not stipulated to pay back. Did this man ask for it back in the arrest fund and kind of convince me in a sense of giving it back for the arrest fund? Yeah, I gave it back. Convince me, but nobody was stipulated to pay it back. When you just say, here's $500, here's your donation to get out of jail, this man just the audacity to sit there and tell me, this is what got me too. And don't tell me, take my fucking money, but hey, if you want your money back, you got to come whoop my ass. What kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? Just if it's like that, just keep that shit. But just know you in the wrong, bro.
This has always been a question of mine and one of the things that bothered me with this bail scheme. When these guys get all of this money back to use for bailing themselves out, what happens to it? Of course it goes straight into their pockets. In this instance, DMC had Johnny here give him that money back upon its return for a quote arrest fund. It's simply one big grift.
So here's the next question. Did anyone think of fighting over donated money, maybe return the money to the donor?
I can't answer that.
Exactly. This is the last thing on their minds. Of course you should return this money, as it has served its purpose, that being getting them out of jail. But nope, can't answer that question.
I don't think you're a horrible person. I don't think you're a horrible person. But I do think there are some things you might have gotten wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're recording with other people, you don't never tell anybody when to put their own content out. That's a grown-ass man right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a grown-ass woman. I never, when people record with me, you put it out when you want to put it out. You know what I'm saying? It's your content. It's your channel. You do whatever with it, what you want to do with it. We don't dictate that shit.
In my opinion, this is the most significant allegation because it strongly reinforces my belief that this activism is primarily driven by a desire for YouTube views. DMC is being accused of dictating the timing of content releases, undoubtedly insisting that it happens only after he publishes his own video. I understand his intention to be the first to release a video, as it would likely attract the largest audience. Hell, I engage in the same practice and would never try to hide that fact.
Johnny really is innocent. I watched the whole thing go down in real time. Okay. And she was there in real time too.
Yep.
I wanted to include that clip because Aurora Transparency, another one arrested during the Sheridan saga, is backing up Johnny's claims about Denver Metro Cardigan. Moving on a little bit, before I end the video, I would be remiss not to include my favorite part of their entire live stream. The next clips we watch are from one of my favorite commenters on my videos. In terms of trolling these guys, he's Jordan in his prime. I'm talking about none other than TubeSock7.
Ellie Bravo knows what he did. That is why that amazing auditor crew, my favorite, is broken up because of Sleaze Bravo. Okay. Well, that's slander, bro. You don't have the facts on that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't have the facts on that.
Shit that's been going on.
And let's you know what I'm saying? Bravo came up here. DMA did not come up here. So that says a lot. I'm just saying. That says a lot. I'm going to just be honest. That was a corny statement. I'm going to just keep it 1,000. Because at the end of the day, you can't dick ride somebody to where that they're just this perfect entity. You know what I'm saying? DMA is far from perfect.
Rest assured, TubeSocks was just getting warmed up.
Okay, you said you close to the situation. Let's have some receipts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you is, my G. Like I said, that riding, that's some clown shit. You don't like it, you can bounce.
Fuck out of my face.
Sorry, not sorry.
Dick rider right there, sock tube. Dick rider right there.
I don't dick ride no motherfucking body.
And he don't know shit about what the hell the situation's been going on.
And just like Jordan in the fourth quarter, TubeSocks goes for the jugular by invoking Regan Benson.
What about Regan though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bravo knows exactly what I'm talking about. Regan ain't here. Regan ain't here to defend herself either. Let's not put that woman in here.
That sock motherfucker is just a DMA dick rider, bro. Straight up don't know nothing. Straight up don't know a god thing. That's another I heard, but you don't know a god thing. Playing telephone games with fools and shit. That's exactly why I'm up here. Like, put your ass up here and start explaining the shit that you've been saying and doing in this community, bud. Talking shit about everybody. Everybody in Sheridan that didn't take an arrest, all this shit I've been hearing all this fucking time. Bro, you ain't shit yourself. Straight the fuck up.
Take yet another bow, TubeSocks. You win once again. And what a wild ride this was. We finally got some answers on the arrests from the Sheridan saga. We also got to hear what most of the people following my channel already thought, that DMC is pretty much a phony whose own community is sick of him, as well as seeing a masterful troll doing what he does best, triggering 1A activists. Okay guys, I think that's where we'll wrap up today's video. If you'd like to see similar content in the future, please consider subscribing, notifying, liking, and commenting below. This is Dummy Kruger, and I'll see you guys on the next video.